Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy New Year! I haven't seen or spoken to you guys since last year. A few things happening new that I just want to update everybody about. Obviously, I'm leaving work on this beautiful day, and yeah, that's what it is, guys. It's your girl Tally. So first update is that I've been actually really busy, a little bit stressed out, but I didn't want to worry, guys. And I told God I would not worry because God has done certain things for me in the past. Like, He has come through on certain things where I was so worried about and crying and going crazy about. He came through and He made it happen for me. So when that happened, I told God I never want to be worried about anything else, right? So the last week of December, boom, I found out that my landlord was actually not renewing my lease, and I had until end of January, because my lease is up January 31st, to find a new place to live. So that was stressing me out for the last couple weeks, not really stressing me out because it was half and half. Like, I told God I wouldn't worry, but I did have some worry in there, so I didn't do as good as I thought I would do. But the beautiful part about it is we're on the other side. I'm actually moving this weekend, and obviously it worked out, thank God. Better place, nicer place, and all glory to God for that. So that's something new. And another thing is that I don't know what you guys got going on for the year. I just feel in my spirit that it's just so important. Like, if you feel like this is your year, because I understand everybody has their own timing for everything. Let's say that nobody should be rushing nobody. And if you're rushing somebody and they're not even like, let's say if you yourself don't feel a rush, or you're trying to push somebody to do something and they're not putting any fire behind it, they're not making any strides, that means it's probably just not their time, not their season for them to accomplish whatever it is that you think they should be accomplishing, or whatever you think you should be accomplishing if that person is you. But if you feel like 2024 is your season, I hope you didn't wait for me to come on here on this video on what's today? Today is what's today? Today's the 10th. So I hope you didn't wait for January 10th for me to come on here and let you guys know that you guys better be up on your goals. Like, the last month of, you could have been on your stuff even before December 2023. Like, you could have been already thinking into the new year way before then, you know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact that those of us who feel that push, who feel in our spirit like this is a year for us to accomplish something, that we need to go ahead and hop on it and stay on it and be 10 toes down and really, really lock in, because I feel it very strongly. And don't let other people try to discourage you. Oh, every new year, people always like, this is my year, oh my God, goals this, goals that. Listen, if you don't have goals, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't have goals, like, it's not going to be me who's going to come on here and let you know what goals you should have. Like, that's something that you need to reconcile within yourself, because we're human beings. As long as we wake up, as long as we get another day, that's an opportunity to do something different, to learn something new. And we never stop learning, growing, and evolving. So if you want to take advantage of that, that is up to you. But for, like I said, the rest of us who know that there is something that we need to be taken advantage of, all right, make sure we lock in on it this year, for real. I know for me that you guys know I've been on a weight loss journey for a good amount of time now. I could say it's been 2 years, almost 2 years in March, because that's when I got the surgery. But for real, I feel like I've been on this weight loss journey since 2017, really. So it's been like 6 years. But either way, I do feel like, I feel. I know for a fact, like, this year it's time to finish this, because there's other things I want to move forward to. I want to get to the weight that my goal weight and maintain that so I could move on to other things, because weight loss has really been the forefront of my life, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Like it was really important to me. There's no other or better way to put it, that weight loss was really, really, really important to me. And in order for me to move in other areas of my life, to be effective in other areas, it was very important for me to fix my weight issue. And that I did, and that I am still doing. But I had to put a date on it. This year, June 2024, I have to get all the weight off. So that's the number one thing. Actually, for the first half of this year, that's my number one thing, to get the rest of this weight off of me. Now, if you're on this journey with me, you already feel that for you. You already know what's up. So what I did was I bought myself a calendar. You know, usually I'm not like the write it out journaling type of person. And the thing is, I'm actually a good writer, and I'm very expressive and stuff like that, but I don't actually like doing it. But I actually did it. I actually bought a calendar, and now I'm putting a date. I clipped it to my wall, pinned it to my wall, and every morning I weigh myself and I put an X mark. And the X mark is for I'm doing 90 days no sugar or alcohol. 90 days. And that's a big deal for me. Okay, I did 2 months one time, no sugar, but I never did like no alcohol. And alcohol is never really an issue for me. But you know, it be up and down. It really be up and down, because I never get crazy. I never get too crazy. But then there's time I'm like, okay, I'm drinking every weekend now. But either way, no sugar, no alcohol. And I said 90 days, but if I want to get down to my weight by June, I'm willing to go 6 months, no sugar, no alcohol, because like I said, it's time. It's time to finish this, to finish what I started, so I can move on to other things. So that's something drastic. I don't know if you think it's drastic, but that's drastic for me, that I implemented from the start of the new year. I said I was going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. So that's on my list. And then the last end of the year, come on, I'm coming. Come on now. The last end of the year is for me to get my entrepreneur, I didn't even want to say this, but entrepreneurial, look at me, I can't even say it, ventures in order. That's for me. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Sometimes you shouldn't share things too soon, so whatever. But no matter what, because I feel the savage in me. I wholeheartedly feel the savage in me. So it's like, no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody tries to do, no matter who's not supporting me, no matter who's preying on my downfall, I'm finna get it done. I feel like a beast, a lion in me, ready to shred up and get everything popping for me, because I just feel it like this is the year for that. But other than that, that's what's been going on with me. But what I wanted to share with you guys is this, guys. If you have goals this year, you're gonna have to guard your heart. I probably said something like this, but it's very important to guard your heart, especially us women, like especially single women, for real, bro. Because I know at the end of the day, we want love, we want to be loved, we want to find our significant others, we want to be married, we want to do stuff like that. But you should also, as I always tell you guys, have other goals on this list. Like, first and foremost, there has to be goals that are preoccupying your time, so you don't fall into desperation and then your whole life, day in and day out, is just about finding a man. Like, no, you should have goals that you are wrapped up in every single day, that keep you busy and keep you that keep you from going into that weak place. But as you are chasing these goals and trying to achieve these goals, you're gonna see that there are gonna be distractions along the way, bro. There are, in fact, absolutely 100% going to be distractions. All right, and this may come in the form of people and of men who are not meant to be your husband, not meant to even know you, not really even meant to know your first name, not meant to have your phone number in their phone, never just it was really just meant to be a hi and bye. Hey, how you doing? Bye. Or not even, like, you was probably not even meant to speak to some of these people because they just have no purpose in your life. God did not want this person for you. And people like that are going to come into your life and try and to people like they're gonna pass the boundary that they weren't supposed to pass, and they're gonna come into your life and try to distract you from your goals and knock you off your pivot, knock you off your plans and your journey that you have for yourself. It's gonna be 100% so important to stay focused, and you need to have your discernment on to be able to see when someone and something is not for you. When you know the plan that God has for your life, or you have some like revelation of it, just the littlest, the smallest revelation of it, you will be able to understand who does not fit into it. That's why it's so important to know the revelation, or a little bit of the revelation. That's why it's so important to know who you are, know where you're going in life, what you want out of life, where you see yourself, like your highest self. It's so important to know that information, because if you know that information, and I'm speaking to myself right now because now it's just reminding me, like, if I know that information, I know who's fitting and I know who doesn't fit. And here's where it gets confusing. It's like us women, we have this like kind of thing, and I feel like God gave it to us. It's like a nurturing thing as well, right? Where we try to see the best in people, we try to see their potential. If you're where you are right now and you are in your stride, you are actively working towards what you're going toward, and it's not just potential, like you're actually manifesting something, you're actually doing what you are supposed to do. Someone who's not doing that, who's not manifesting any of their potential, does not fit with you. Like, yeah, they may have potential. Yeah, you see something in them. But if they're not on that level with you, or even past you, because I do believe as a woman, it's okay when a man is a little bit more past you. That's okay. So if that person's not a little bit past you, then it's you have to seriously analyze the situation, because I know that there's some exceptions to the rule. Like, there's some times where a woman finds a man and he's not doing as good as her, and then he becomes the most awesome Prince Charming man and the provider, and he glows up and becomes this great man. And if we're being honest, how many times does that really actually happen? Like, you may know one person and you don't even really know that person's story for real, right? But you may know one person that happens for, but 9 times out of 10, on the regular, most often, all right, most likely, we both know that doesn't really happen often at all. Like, that is like a once in a blue moon type of thing. So if you know that's a once in a blue moon type of thing, why would you assume that every person you meet that's like that is that exception? Like, no, most likely that person is not that exception. Most likely that person is just gonna hold you back in ways that God never intended. So we have to understand that, especially as women. I'm really speaking to the women right now, because I see that women fall for the okie doke over and over again. They fall for the tricks and the schemes, and they just end up getting held back from what they could have been doing. Either they don't end up finishing at all, or they get seriously delayed, and they end up doing things at a slower pace, or even later than what was intended for them to do. But hey, there's always grace. As long as we live another day, there's always another opportunity, right? And you should take those opportunities. And if you did fall for the okie doke, if you did fall into the trap and a scheme, there's still time for you. So don't ever think like you're just gonna give up. Don't ever give up. Go pick up what you have left and run and make a run for it, right? But other than that, I'm just saying, like, we have to just stay focused this time. If you just feel it for you, like, this time you gotta stay focused. This time you can't fall for the tricks in the games. Like, if you're like me, then you've had all the teaching, you had all the lessons, but now the test has to come. The test will come, and the test has to come, because what is all the teaching that you have gotten? What is it for? It's so when the test comes that you will be prepared. Now, if you're like me, again, you are prepared. Like, if I fall for something right now, I'm telling you right now, that's all on me. Like, there's, like, for real, like, shame on me. See, that's why I'm talking to myself. Shame on me, because I know. Like, I've been in lessons, I've been getting teaching for years now, So there's just no excuse this time, guys. There's no excuse for anything. We must do the right thing. We must trust ourselves. Trust your gut. Trust your heart. It never lied to you. Are my intuition people, my people who understand that it hasn't lied to you. So there has to be a time where we stand up and we say, I'm going to stop dishonoring myself. I'm going to stop disrespecting myself. And I'm finally, this time, I have a video like that. This time I'm going to listen, and I'm going to, even though it may hurt, even though it doesn't feel good, even though it makes me uncomfortable, even though I really, really want this thing, this person, place, or thing, this time I'm going to follow my gut. I'm going to follow my intuition. I'm going to follow the Holy Spirit. I'm going to listen to what I feel like God is telling me. And I'm going to not fall into this trap. Pretty much simple, easy. That's really what I wanted to share with you guys, because I just can't afford to be taken off track at this moment. I feel like it's so vital. This moment right here is so vital. And if you feel the same way, you need to understand that you as well, you cannot afford to be taken off your track. Like, and trust me, the enemy is trying his hardest. He is trying his hardest, and he's going to keep trying. But I feel like this, again, another opportunity to show God, like, God, this time I'm going to not only, I'm going to say, I'm not going to only honor myself, but I'm going to honor you. But to be honest, when you choose to honor God first and foremost, that's honoring yourself. So like this time I'm going to honor God, and through God, honoring God, I'm going to honor myself and not fall into that same old trap. And everybody has different traps. I have different traps that I fall into. You have different traps you fall into. But the traps you fall into, you know them. It's a cycle, right? It's a cycle. It keeps coming around. Maybe it comes around in a different form, different person, different look, different aesthetic. Okay, yeah, cool. But you know it, because it feels, you have that same, for me, it's like the same nasty feeling that I'm like, oh my God, it's like same person, different body, but same kind of spirit. So you know what I'm talking about. You know it for your life. So be aware, be vigilant. Like the Bible says, be vigilant, be sober, be vigilant, because the enemy walks around like a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. So if you're not vigilant, if you're not paying attention to the signs, there is more than likely you're gonna fall. More than likely. Because even if you are paying attention to the signs and you know what you know that you know, you still like dishonor yourself because it feels so good, or this is something that you feel like you've wanted and this is it. Like you still have the opportunity to go against yourself even when you're vigilant. So imagine when you're not vigilant and you're not watching. So you're just gonna get tricked. So guys, that's my message to you guys. Stay focused this year. Stay on top of whatever you set out to do. For real, for real. It won't be easy, but you don't give up. That's it. That's for me. That's for you. Love you guys. See you soon.